What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Bobby Hills Outdoors. Today I'm gonna try to get the lower grill piece on the 64 rag, and I'm gonna try to get the eyebrow trim on and install the taillights and maybe this cove trim around here. I still need to take this to the chrome shop. I have to remove the letters and then take it to the chrome shop, get it chromed, and then put the letters back on. Juan's been working on the glass and the windows and stuff like that, window regulators. So I'm gonna try to knock a few small parts out, what I can, go from there. I had all the trim chrome plated, bottom and the sides, and the hood lip. I'm not gonna put the hood lip on because we're gonna change the hood out. I'm just getting these little, I had it chrome plated, so I'm getting all the duct tape off studs in the back. I'm getting it ready to go in. I gotta get these in. I probably shouldn't have put the lower panel on that's underneath there, but I might be able to reach in. You can see my finger. Got to get in there, do that side and that side. Then I'll work on getting the eyebrows next. I got the eyebrow trims on, the bottom molding on the grill. I went and moved to the rear. I was going to put my taillights in, but I figured out that I didn't get the rubber gaskets to go in between the taillight housings and the body. So I stopped, I ordered those, they're on the way. Hopefully they'll be in sometime this week. I need to cut out, as you've seen in the last video, we've talked about, I need to cut out the bracing. So I've already cut that side out. I'm gonna cut this side out. That way me and my dad can put the windshield in. Before I put the windshield in, I'm gonna just buff the dash with some compound. It's pretty flat already, so I don't think I'm gonna sand it any. So I'll just run the buffer with the compound, and then I'll do the polish, and then a final glaze on the dash. Should be good. Then we'll get the windshield in this week, so I can start getting in all the rest of the trim around the windshield and stuff like that. And we can align the vent glass and the windows up. We get to cutting out these braces. All right, moment of truth, see if she lines up still where she was at. Get a little rubber out of the way. Yes, sir. Stayed put. Frame's pretty stiff. Did a lot of work to it, so I wrapped the whole frame. So the bracing is officially cut out. Now I can I'll just compound this dash a little bit, and then polish, and then a final glaze. Should be good. I got the dash wiped down with glass cleaner. Feels like I'm gonna have to run a little bit of clay bar on it. Clay bar the dash. Then I'll run the buffer. I use glass cleaner and just clay bar, so that's how I roll. Used it like that for years. You can feel that overspray coming right off. I went ahead and taped off the vents. I got the dash clay barred. So what I'm doing now is I got the dash compounded, polished, and then final glaze. I'm getting the windshield rubber and I'm putting it in around. Make sure it fits right. It's not junk. I don't care if it's precision or what brand it is. Sometimes it just don't fit right. Me and my dad, we can do this. My dad started out doing windshields when he was 18 years old. So we'll get this in. I'm gonna get this anyways put in the channel. So I did take some tips and pointers. I talked to Lone Star Lowe's over there, and they kind of gave me some guidance on how to, and the order of things go. So I know that man has done a lot of them, and I trust his knowledge and his process on stuff on these cars. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put the glass in, then we're gonna put the top on. Got the rubber on the windshield and let it sit outside for a few hours, couple hours. I got it nice and warm, where it's easy to kind of work with. From there, I need to find my string because it looks like I've lost it. feel like, I don't know, push it. I feel like the bottom. We got the windshield in. It was a little tricky. Usually they're pretty easy. They fall right in. Done plenty of hard tops. But this convertible one, if your frame is off just a little bit, we had to pull it back out and reposition it. We moved it, but it's in there. This weekend, try to get the trim around it. Just gotta take your time. You know, if you come across a problem, back up and kind of start again. Next day, I'm on the header bow trim, trying to put the trim around the windshield. I know I'm kind of all over the place. It's a lot to do to this car. I got to putting on the top trim, couldn't find my clips that went on the top header bow, so I had to order some, and they came in today. These little things right here, which I thought they were metal, but it looks like they're plastic 3D printed. All right, back next day, Friday. Juan's back over. I fucked up the top header bow trim for no reason. Juan came over and immediately found the little notch where the clip goes, so that's my bad. Sometimes, you know, you just don't fuck with shit you know you're not supposed to fuck with, and that's what I did, and that's why I don't fuck with shit that I know I'm not supposed to fuck with, because I just don't have the patience for it anymore. Got the dent out of the header bow, thank God. We don't have to worry about that coming back again. And this is a reproduction door. Windshield is in, so start putting that trim on. The tail light gaskets did come in, so those are good to go. Alright, so we got to drill this hole out because the hole's a little bit smaller than the factory one.
Over there building 59 and whatnot, you know. Everybody tells me, when are you going to come back? When are you going to buy me a house and build me a shop? That easy.
Juan's going to come back over about 11 in the morning, and we are going to get the rack installed. Juan got all the quarter glass and this side window put in. We got all the trim put on around the windshield on the outside and the inside. Got the convertible latches installed. Tomorrow, hopefully, we get the rack in. We'll try to get it aligned, get the weather stripping on the rack, and then call the upholstery guy and let him know that the rack is on so we can hurry up and try to get the top on and stretched so it can have plenty of time to stretch or whatever it's got to do. And then really after that, just kind of assemble some of the dash, put the interior in, get the drive shaft done, exhaust done, front and rear bumpers, radiator, fans, hoses, stuff like that, tail lights. And we still got a long but short list, but we're knocking them down. We're knocking them down as we go. I've had the whole convertible rack taken apart from Carlos over there in Garland, Texas. He took it all the way apart and chrome plated it and then put it back together with I bought the new bolt kit. He put it all back together. The glass and everything came out nice. Like I said, we had struggled with the windshield a little bit, I think because the post frame is off a little bit, but all the windows seemed to line up pretty good. So that's a plus. And like I said, we're going to adjust the rest of this glass once the convertible rack is in. I got new hoses. I got a new pump. New cylinders, new hoses, all the convertible latches. So I think altogether the kit was like $400 or $500 for the whole new cylinders and pump, and this is and lines, weather stripping kit for the top. This stuff's not cheap. I think I paid like around $600 for that. And then the convertible latches that go on the windshield.
Since it's working.
So these screws and the cylinders are seized in there.
Where were you spinning the yeah. know to get it in there. Let's go away.
Oh, it's fitting a little tight.
Motherfuckers only got 6 threads on it.
If I could come all the way down, why not hold it? Let's just kind of get the fluid cylinders. Cool, I got it.
Now, okay, now we're out of fluid there. Go ahead.
All right, you can see Juan and Cody are gone. I didn't film much after we got the rack in. We found out we had what I thought was a major disaster. We kind of knew there was something up with the rack a little bit, but everything fit just fine. But the cylinders weren't connected when I bought this car. They were in the car, but they weren't connected. I had the rack chrome plated. The chromer had called me because he took it apart and rebuilt it for me. He called me and was concerned that it was not a 1964 Impala convertible rack. Come to find out, it is not. And it's not going to work. Not going to work the way it is anyways. So, thank God I got a tight circle around me. Made some phone calls up to the homie Primo in North Texas, and he got on the phone. I got to really give this dude props because he's helped me along the way with this car multiple times when he really didn't have to, but he took time out of his day to help me. Him and Skim both. Want to thank y'all. So we got to figure it out. This is a 1961 Impala convertible rack. Yes, it's different than the 63, 64. So, for the ones that know, it's not a major modification. I thought it was going to be. I was about to not trash the rack, but try to get rid of it and then find a correct 64 rack. With the phone calls that I made, I don't have to. I'm able to run this rack with only changing a couple different things. If you know, you know. Okay? If you know what it takes to make a 61 rack fit in a 64 Impala, then you know. I don't really have to say much. I had to order a couple parts. They're on the way. They'll be here next week. And then we will resume the video. So, that being said, we're at a stopping point now just on the rack. Like Juan said, he's going to come back next weekend. He's not going to stop, man. He's going to keep going. Going to finish getting the tail lights and bumpers and all that stuff on. We still have a bunch of stuff to do. So until those parts come in, we'll get back to it. That way the upholster can get over here and start getting it in. If you like this video and you want to see more updates on the 1964 Impala, make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. If you got some stuff that you want to see, drop them in the comments below. We'll look at them, throw them in a hat, see what's up. Hey man, y'all, thanks for watching this video. Disaster is not yet here, so we're good to go. Peace.